Allison, and I am an angel in a family of devils. Ever since I was a kid, there was one thing I knew for sure. My parents loved to be mean to everyone, especially me. One of my earliest memories of them being mean was when I was 5. My best friend and her mom came to invite us all to my friend's birthday party. I was thrilled and danced up and down with joy. Yay! I want to go. She's never invited me before. But my parents just laughed at my friend, and Dad snobbishly turned down the invite.
We're too busy for these childish things. Count us out.
But on the day of the party, they went anyway.
Hey, kiddo, you never go to a party, but if you do go, you must ruin it.
When my friend's mom opened the door, Mom chuckled. We were out for dinner and felt like having cake. So, ta-da! My friend's mom looked so pissed, I thought she'd slam the door in our faces. But then she looked at me and let us in. As I was about to take my shoes off at the door, Mom said, Hey, put them back on. Never take them off. It's showing too much respect. They invited us, including our shoes. You'd think my parents would behave after that, but no. Just when we started to sing Happy Birthday, my dad took a really loud phone call and yelled at everyone to stop singing.
Can't you see I've got money to make?
My friend looked like she'd burst into tears any second, so I snatched Dad's phone and ran outside. Dad, you're making my friend sad.
Just shut up and give me back my phone.
When I finally came back inside, I found my mom spitting out the cake, saying it was the worst thing she had ever tasted. My friend's mom finally kicked them both out and told me never to see her daughter again. As if being mean to me wasn't enough, they were mean to everyone, even their own parents. This one time when I was 8, we went on a road trip to visit my grandparents. The poor cuties had been so happy to see us, but the first thing my dad said to them was,
Ugh, Pa, I can't believe you made us drive all the way into the middle of nowhere to live in this place.
Yes, you could have come to us. Our house is so much cleaner. I felt so angry hearing this, but I decided to talk to Mom alone. I knew she would understand more than Dad. Mom, why are you like this? Why are you mean to people? Mean? Oh, darling, we're doing them a favor. A favor? Yes, you should be grateful you have a mom like me.
Why?
Ugh, you still don't get it, stupid girl? We live in a cruel world, honey. We're just preparing you. We're helping you. Who said this is the help I want, Mom? This is nonsense. Can you please try to be nicer? Nicer? You want me to be weak and miserable? That's how you pay me back? Such an ungrateful witch. Don't talk to me like that, and I'll never be like you. Obviously, I was grounded. On our last night, Grandma and Grandpa invited the whole neighborhood to dinner. It was so amazing, and Grandma made so much food. But as soon as Mom saw it, she got onto the phone. 20 minutes later, someone from health control was banging on our door. They said someone had filed a complaint that there was poisonous food being served. Grandma started to cry while Mom just stood by laughing. Grandpa finally couldn't take it anymore and threw us all out in the middle of the night. That was the last I ever saw of them. Over the years, all I could see was that everywhere we went, my parents were always rude to people. They were especially terrible to the staff at grocery stores and restaurants. By the time I was in high school, I knew that I didn't want to be like them at all. Worst of all, I could never do nice things when I was with them. Every time I tried, my parents just got meaner. Once, I said thank you to the mail guy, and my dad lost his mind.
How could you say that?
Dad, it's only a thank you. Why do you have to be like this?
Because people are bad. You can't be nice to them. Doesn't your IQ help you understand this?
My IQ helps me understand that you're a bad person married to a bad woman.
Yeah, see? That's how you talk to people. Just give your daddy a hug.
Don't touch me. Next day at school, I saw something that would change my life forever. A poster on the wall for a good deeds club. I knew right away it was something I needed to do. Plus, it would make my parents go nuts. It would be the best revenge. The first meeting was later that day after school, so I texted my parents to say I would be home late. The meeting was fabulous. Everyone talked about all the great things they wanted to do for people. I knew immediately that's what I wanted, to do good and help everyone. So when everyone decided to pick up trash in the park over the weekend, I signed up too. But my joy was short-lived. As soon as I got home, my mom yelled, "Where have you been?" I told her about the meeting, and Dad came in just then, laughing meanly.
We don't send you to school just so you can learn to pick up other people's trash, even if that's all you're fit for.
There is no harm in helping people. If you're good to them, they'll be good to you, Dad, and your life will be better.
Give me a tissue to wipe my tears. Such a heartwarming speech. Yeah, just give her an Oscar.
Stop this. I'm not leaving the club.
Yes, you are.
You're not allowed to go outside this house for 3 weeks. Well, your daughter is grown up now, and I'm not listening to you, and you can't do anything about this.
Watch us.
I was so mad I ran up to my room. I stayed up all night watching videos on my favorite YouTube channel. When I was sure they'd have gone to bed, I snuck downstairs to grab a bite to eat. But what happened next left me utterly shocked. Mom and Dad were in the lounge laughing.
Did you see the look on her face? Yeah, she looked like such a loser. I can't believe she's ours. But.
In that moment, I really lost it. I barged into the lounge and confronted them. You guys are miserable and crazy, and I hate you. I'm glad you don't think I'm like you. I'd hate to be like you. Mean and heartless. They looked shocked for a moment, and I immediately felt guilty. Oh, guys, look, I'm sorry. Just then, they burst into laughter.
She really is a moron.
There was clearly nothing I could do, so I just stormed back into my room. On the coming weekend, when I was at the park picking trash with my club, my parents decided to have a little picnic there. While I picked up the trash, they tossed paper balls at me. When I finally told them to stop, they got up and left, saying,
"This is the last time you're hanging out here, kiddo. You're grounded till college."
They even left all their trash there for my friends to clean up. I felt so horrible. I had the hugest crush on the president of the club, Josh, and Mom and Dad were making me look ridiculous. Since I was forbidden from the Good Deeds Club, I had to start lying to my parents every time I went somewhere with them. I told them I was staying after school to be tutored. It was the only lie they would believe, even though I was actually a straight-A student. But technically, I wasn't lying. I did tutor kids as part of the Good Deed Club. Not long after, Josh and I started dating and became inseparable. He loved to make people happy as much as I did, and was always reminding me that I was different from my parents. Every time they were mean to me, he would say, "I'm so glad for you, Allison. I love you." He made me happy, and for the first time, it felt like I had a family. Everything was perfect, and then my parents found Josh in my room.
Well, well. My daughter is sneaking boys into our house now.
It's not what you think, Mom.
Don't be afraid. I am so happy. Our baby is finally growing. You're finally beginning to see the light.
What do you mean, Mom?
Not caring about what anyone thinks, not even your own parents.
I care about what everyone thinks, just not what you two think. She glared at me and looked at Josh.
Sonny boy.
Did little Miss Goody Two-Shoes tell you about her condition? Stop it, Mom. But Mom did not stop, and she revealed my biggest secret to my boyfriend. She has a condition, and she can't grow hair. As she said this, she pulled my wig off. Josh jumped up from the couch and snatched the wig from her immediately. Then he walked back to me and put it on my head gently.
Everyone knows, and I don't care. I love her, and I want to be her boyfriend forever.
What do you mean everyone knows? How do you know?
Well, the girls saw you in the bathroom, and now everyone knows. But we all decided not to tell you because we thought you'd get sad.
And I've been ashamed my whole life because of this, and trying to hide it because I was afraid of what everyone would say. But everyone already knows? And they really don't care?
Why would we care? We love you. You're like the most amazing girl in school.
I looked back at my mom and said, I am just waiting for the day that I turn 18 so I can leave this house for good and never come back. Then I spat in her face. She cleaned my saliva from her face, glaring at me.
We're just getting started. You haven't seen anything yet.
And with that, she left the room, dragging Josh by the arm and threatening to call the cops. That night, I decided I could not put up with them anymore, so I climbed out of the window and went to Josh's house. He came running to me and pulled me into a hug.
I've been waiting for you to come. I thought they would lock you up at home.
No one can lock me up. I am not a small child anymore.
So you're not even a little afraid of your parents?
If you've lived with them for 17 years like me, nothing would scare you anymore. If I told you about the things I've seen with them, you'd probably run away from me and never talk to me again.
You think you're the only one with bad parents? Half the kids at school wish to stay at school and never go back home because of the nightmares they're living at home.
Josh, my love, what did I do to deserve someone like you? He leaned in and kissed my hand.
You're my princess. I would never leave you.
Thankfully, his mom said I could stay in their guest house till I graduated high school. Then, Josh and I moved as far away as we could from the meanest people on the planet. The next day, I woke up next to Josh and felt so safe. I looked at him while he was asleep. I touched his face gently and smiled. Then, while he was still asleep, he whispered, "I love you, Allison."